The abandoned giant baby was adopted by fishermen by the sea. The baby was so big that it took 5 people to sew his diapers and 9 people to make his socks. When he wanted to rest, the fishermen would all help to rock him to sleep. Soon, the baby grew up to the age of going to elementary school, but he was too tall, so he could only sit outside the classroom to study. Even so, he was always the first to answer the teacher's questions. Because of his huge size, every time he wanted to swim, the children were afraid of being crushed. However, the children didn't hate him for that. Instead, they used his huge body to play diving. One day, the fisherman gave him a giant axe as a Christmas gift. The giant was very happy. He went to the forest and began to chop down trees easily. Soon, the wood piled up. With the giant's help, the fishermen's lives improved a lot. As time went on, the giant grew up and his strength became greater. He also became more skilled at chopping down trees. One day, the giant met a bull. It was lying in the snow, its body already frozen. So the giant quickly pushed the bull to the fire, and the bull came back to life. In this way, the bull and the giant became the best friends. They traveled all over the world and the footprints they left became lakes. To solve the problem of water supply, the giant dredged the river to divert water. Then he broke out a huge gap, and the water formed a huge waterfall. In this way, the river could be used to transport wood. Next, he tied the ship anchor to the plow, and the bull pulled hard. The originally winding river became straight and unobstructed. One day, a salesman selling chainsaws came here. He said that the chainsaw was much more efficient than the giant in cutting down trees. This made the giant very angry, so he prepared to have a showdown with the salesman. The loser would leave here. Soon, the news of the competition spread throughout the town. On that day, the competition officially began. The salesman's wood was transported by train, while the giant worked with the bull. The fishermen cheered for the giant, until they had cut a path through the forest. When the competition was over, the referee climbed up the wood with great effort to measure its height. The fishermen all thought the giant would win. However, the salesman's wood was 1 meter higher than the giant's. In this way, the salesman won the competition. The giant also kept his promise and left the town. Although the fishermen no longer needed the giant's help, the giant didn't feel down. He and the bull continued to live happily together.